going to be another episode of part 2 from last night on how I started to make money online. And so I want to get started. I know it's a little bit later on this evening, but I couldn't wait to get home to be able to share my story. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to talk to you guys about the Joe Show and also all the different things that's going on right now. So that you all know, I started my new YouTube channel, and the YouTube channel, just go in there, look for Joe Kuski, and you can watch last night's episode, and you'll be able to watch tonight's episode live, as well as I'm streaming with Restream right now, and I'm restreaming up to my entrepreneur page in my personal profile, which most of you are watching this right now on, and as well as in my group. So hashtag live if you're on this live. Give me a thumbs up if you're on YouTube, and give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just type in Joe Kuski and you'll be able to find my YouTube channel. And I'm really excited to see you guys here tonight. I can't wait to hear and see what everybody's been doing for the last couple days. And just tell me what's going on. If you're on here live, like I said, hashtag live and hashtag replay if you're on the replay. And if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, just give me a thumbs up. That would be really cool. So I hope everybody is having a great week this week. I've got to share. I'm so excited to tell you more about what I have going on here. So hashtag live and hashtag replay. Let's see if I can get this. If you're on the replay right here, and let's see who's live on with me right now. If anybody's live on me, and we'll just wait a few minutes and see who's going to join on with me live. And anyways, hey Jason, how you doing? Glad to see you on here. Thanks for joining in with me tonight, because I have a little story about how I started my online business, and it started last night, and this is part 2 tonight. So I talked a little bit about last night, where when we were little kids and we ended up selling stuff like the lemonade stand and the garage sale and all that kind of stuff. And, we made money. That's what we started as little kids, and we were entrepreneurs, and we didn't even know it. And there was no such thing as online or anything like that. So I really want to talk more, because I think all of us that's doing online sales today, it was in us at a very little age that we were at. And you know what? We didn't even know it. So I started a lawn mowing business at the age of 10 years old. And guess what? That was my business. I was making a few bucks on the side. I could go down and buy soda pop at the liquor store, whatever I wanted to do. And I really had a good time, and I had a few extra dollars so I could go buy stuff that I wanted, or go buy a candy bar or something like that. So as time went on, we grew up, and we didn't do lemonade stands, obviously. But we always wanted to do some kind of stuff. And once I got older and I got married, I hadn't done like a yard sale or a garage sale for like years. And when we first bought our house, my beautiful wife and I, we bought a house, and everybody, like family and everybody, what they did was they would sit there and donate like a couch and a dining room set and everything. Because when you bought a house back over 30 years ago or whatever, you didn't really have a lot of money, because you invested all your money into buying a house. And you were like, man, I remember taking like my bedroom set and moving it into my new house, and that's all I had was my bedroom set. I had no couch or anything. I used a beach chair for my chair, and I put the TV in the living room, and I was sitting around on the floor watching TV going, man, this is my new house. And my wife was in there, and we're like, check out our house. And she's like, we ain't living like this. We got to get some more furniture. That's all there is to it. And I was like, yeah, I know, but man, I ain't got no money. I put everything into my house. So as time went on, we had family and friends that donated stuff to us, and we had like a couch and a dining room set, and we started, and plus we bought like a brand new refrigerator, and we bought a whole bunch of other stuff. So as time went on, we were building, our furniture and getting our furniture in the house and everything that we really needed to buy some new furniture, but I had to save money. So when it came time to buy some new furniture, now I've got this old furniture in there. What am I going to do with it? And I had no friends that didn't want, some old furniture that somebody donated to me and I've used, family stuff. But then we kind of really had extra worn out stuff, and it's like, what are we going to do? So I told my wife, let's have a yard sale. I said, I haven't done that in years. And so I said, let's have a yard sale and we'll sell it and stuff. So we have pain points is what it is. And what we have is a pain point to get rid of my furniture. And then what we're doing though is we are actually solving other people's pain points, because there was people out there that didn't have a lot of money to be able to buy brand new furniture or anything like that. So we ended up, selling it. So today in online sales, what do? We solve pain points and stuff. So, hey, Nikos, how you doing? Thanks for joining on with me. Really appreciate it. And also, Nikos, I just want to mention to you that give me a thumbs up. Give me a little heart pump on the hearts or anything like that. I'm streaming live right now on Restream on my YouTube channel that I just started. Last night was my first episode, and this is the second episode of how I got started selling and making money online. And this is episode 2 on the Joe Show. So anyways, getting back to, I'm creating and solving pain points to other people, and that's what we do today in our online sales. So what was I doing is I was sitting there and we put the couch out, we put the dining room set out, and what was kind of cool about that was I made a few bucks, wasn't like killing it or anything, but what was somebody doing? Somebody was buying my stuff to get rid of it, and if I didn't sell it, it was going to go to Goodwill. But I figured, it's going to take money, it's going to take gas, it's going to take labor. I want to get rid of it and all that kind of stuff. But it still had value. My furniture still had some kind of value that I really didn't want to just give it away. But when people came and said, hey, I'll give you $30 for that or $40, and they had a truck, and I was like, let me help you put it in the back of your truck. And they got a couch, which, well, not a new couch, but it was something that they can afford. And then what I ended up doing was being able to have a few extra bucks when I bought the new furniture and had it brought in. It didn't cost me. If my furniture was costing me $500-$600, well, that was $30 less that I had to pay for. So right there, what's happening is I'm solving multiple pain points by being an entrepreneur that I really didn't know that I was, because I started when I was little, selling at garage sales, lemonade stand, making money, have a little business mowing the lawn when I was a little kid, but then turned around and as I got older, it came back to me as, why don't we just sell this stuff and put it in a yard sale? And again, what did I do? I went and put yard sale, put my address on a cardboard, stapled it to a stake, went down to the corner on one end of the street, pounded it into the ground. And what is that? That's advertisement with free traffic. And people that drove by saw that with an arrow pointed towards my house down the street. They drove by, and what happens when you see free traffic driving down the street, and what do? They stop and they want to look and they buy. So you have to give somebody an attraction to get there. Then I went down to a couple other streets, cardboard signs, marking pen, turned around, and I ended up having traffic come from different directions. So what do we do today when we want traffic coming from different directions? Is exactly what I'm doing today on my Joe Show. Is I'm restreaming live on my YouTube page, my group, also on my entrepreneur page, and this is how I'm doing it, and also on my profile. And so if you are here and you'd like to join in and join in my group, and you've never been in my group, you can do a couple things. You can go into my entrepreneur page. You can click, go into Facebook and you search The Joe or The Joe Kuski. And then what you would do is message me and get started, and my chat bot will automatically talk to you. And that's how you get free traffic going to everybody, and you want people to talk to you. And I'll probably post that in the in here too, where you can actually go directly to that page and you'll be able to message me or let my chat bot talks to you. So also, if you're on watching me on YouTube right now, or you'll be watching it as the video replays later on, you can go down in the description and you'll be able to click on and join my group as well too. So this is, to me, like what I did years ago without the internet. Was I had free traffic is what I'm doing today. Everything that I'm doing today, I'm not purchasing any traffic. It's all organic traffic. All my sales are all organic. And what I am doing today is what I did years ago without the internet. And I thought, if it worked back then, why can't it work today? Now, if you really want to get extra traffic going and everything, yeah, you pay for that traffic. Well, what did I have to do back then? I had to pay for an ad in the newspaper and say that I'm having a yard sale at this address. And if people don't remember, it was called the Penny Saver, or just the local newspaper. I'm solving pain points as having a yard sale, because people who don't have the money to buy, furniture or the clothes. And there was clothes that I put out there that actually was really good clothes. But what happened was I probably got a little bit heavy and couldn't fit into them anymore. And it's like I didn't want to give them away. I wanted to get something for them. And they were pretty decent clothes. Maybe I worn once or twice. Everything was washed and clean. And I was out there selling it. And there was times I've made $300, $400, $500 by selling stuff in a yard sale. And I even had tools that were broken that I didn't want to get rid of. I didn't want to throw in the trash. I knew that I'd probably work on it, never got around to it, and somebody come by and say, hey, do you have any tools or anything like that? And I'm like, yeah, I got some tools. You want to buy some tools? And I'd tell them, they're broken. It needs a brand new electrical cord. I just haven't had time to go down and get a new cord, or I don't know how to do it. And you'd get $20, $30 off of that, which was pretty good. And then if you go out and buy another one, you would be able to get one that's cheaper. If it was $100 and you sold it for $30, you only pay $70. Guess what? You solved your own pain points of not wanting to buy a tool at the full price. So again, free organic traffic, solving pain points. This is something that's really big. And what I really like to do is strategize with other businesses and say, hey, how can we build your business and not, cost money for ads? If you want to spend money for ads, you get a little bit jump faster and farther, but why would you spend money? There's a lot of people out there spending a lot of money for ads to sell stuff, and what do they end up doing? They probably end up breaking even. And so that really kind of sucks, because why are you doing all this work just to break even? So anyways, that's really a big part of my episode 2 of how I started making money online, is because what I ended up doing was I never even knew it, and I had a couple garage sales and I was able to do that and everything, but what happened was a friend of mine showed me how to sell on eBay, and what I ended up calling eBay was really kind of like my online garage sale. It was kind of like, well, let me see if I could start selling stuff on eBay. And I did. And I started selling stuff on eBay, and it was stuff that I had around the house, and I was starting to make some pretty decent money. Not money that I could quit my job or anything, but it was money that helped me like pay extra bills, or I made enough money to go get a tank of gas, or go out to dinner, and it wasn't taking money out of my pocket. So anyways, that's what I ended up doing. And I became successful at doing that. I'm looking down here, guys, at something real quick here. So I became successful at selling on eBay, and I really thought that, this is a good start of selling online. And what was crazy was that I ended up it was funny because years ago, it wasn't called the internet or anything like that. If anybody can guess and post in there what they think what was the internet called before they called it the internet, it's pretty crazy when you think about it, what it was called. It was called the information highway, or the super information highway. And if you guys remember that, go in there and comment in there that yes, you remember it, if you remember what the internet was called. And I received this envelope in the mail. So again, here's going to be the way that people actually started trying to promote stuff. And it's almost kind of like what Russell Brunson's story, when I started listening to when he was a little kid and how he started to do it. It was kind of interesting because he said he would get things in the mail or see it on the mail, and he would turn around and like call up and say, hey, this is my address. I want to know what it is that you are promoting or whatever. And then he would send him a card and he would fill it out, and then they would send him something else and everything. Well, I kind of did the same thing. I got this card in the mail, and it said, learn how to make money on, how to make money. And it mentioned in there about the informational highway. And I was like, informational highway? How do you make money on the freeway or whatever? And I'm going, I don't know what this means. And it was kind of interesting because it's like, informational highway. Is that like billboards going down the freeway or something like that? Or down the highway? I don't know what they're talking about. And so what I ended up doing is I subscribed to it. I filled it out, put my thing and said, crossed off, yes, I want to know more info. And about 2 weeks later, I received this bag in the mail. It was like a pouch envelope with, the air puff stuff on the inside. And what I ended up doing was I ended the recorder, the tape recorder, whatever, and I pumped it in there and I clicked on it and I started listening. And it was probably about a 90-minute cassette recording that talked about all this kind of stuff and how to sell online and everything. And I'm like, what are they talking about? Selling online? What is online, and everything. And I was like, this is crazy. What are they talking about? And then, they sit there and they said, it's the informational highway. And I'm like, the super informational highway? What the hell is this? And so I was listening to it, and then I told my wife, what does this mean, the super informational highway? And little did I know they were talking about the internet. And that was so new and everything. I had no idea. And guess what? Today, I wish I had that cassette tape, because I would love to be able to play it for you guys here today, just to be able to talk about what it was that they had. And it's very interesting what that video had, or audio. It was an audio cassette. It's hard to say who says audio cassette anymore. But what it was is, it was this cassette tape that you could play over and over. And it was funny. You got to the end, you had to push rewind and let it rewind all the way back to the beginning. And then it would sit there. And it had a little counter on there. So as it played and there was a point that you wanted to listen to, you push the button and it'd go back to 0. And that's the only time you knew you could go back and listen to that part again and stop instead of listening to the whole cassette audio. So I ended up listening to that, but I didn't do anything about it. And boy, I wish I did, because probably I'd be a millionaire, gazillionaire today, making all kinds of money, but I didn't know anything. So a friend ended up telling me about eBay and online, and I was just like, wow, this is crazy. And I was like, so what is eBay all about? And my friend started telling me what eBay was about and how to do it. He even showed me, he was selling some bike parts, some old bike parts and stuff, and he was making a few bucks because he was rebuilding a racing bike, like a 10-speed or a 20-speed bike for racing. And he ended up wanting to kind of like get rid of these parts and sell them online. But what was crazy was you couldn't, like, if it had a name like Nike, you couldn't say like Nike shoes for sale, because that's a copyright and everything. So I ended up trying to figure out how this all worked and everything, and he started showing me. So anyways, that's pretty much it for the show tonight, guys. I really appreciate everybody joining in on me. I appreciate it if you join in, and if you're on my YouTube page and you watch it, subscribe to my YouTube page. I'm kind of constructing it and building it up a little bit, so there's going to be some things missing in there, but as I go on, I'm learning more about YouTube. I just started it. And also, if you are watching this on Facebook, #live or #replay on the replay. And don't forget to watch The Joe Show every single night. Tomorrow night's episode is going to be episode 3, when I'm going to talk about more about how I got started online sales and my journey with eBay and Amazon. So anyways, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for joining with me. I hope everybody is having a great evening. Have a great week, and I will see you tomorrow night. Take care and have a good one.